Yes, we do.
Yeah. All right. So Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Thank you for being here. I know it's been a busy week for all of us with Pesach and of course, thinking about and dealing with just all of the stuff going on with, the Jewish people around the world right now. Um, because this Shabbat is Shabbat Chol HaMoed Pesach, it's the Shabbat that is during the Pesach holiday. Tonight's service is not going to be the typical Kabbalat Shabbat. We don't do the entire Kabbalat Shabbat because of the holiday. And so instead, what we do is our service starts with the Psalm for Shabbat that's on page 27. So I invite everyone to turn to page 27. But before we do that, we will light these Shabbat candles. And a lot of people don't realize that actually the requirement to Shabbat candles is incumbent upon everyone, no matter gender, no matter custom. So I will go ahead and light, on behalf of all of us, the Shabbat candles, even though Vicky is not here. Okay, let me turn this way. Okay. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav etzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Okay, so page 27 in the Siddur, and we will begin right away with the Psalm for Shabbat. Please join along with me. Mizmor shir leyom HaShabbat tov lehodot l'Adonai ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, עלי עשור ועלי נבל, עלי היגיון בכינור, מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. The righteous flourish like the date palm, thrive like a cedar in Lebanon, planted in the house of Adonai, they flourish in our God's courtyards. Middle of page 28, let's continue with Tzadik HaTamar. Tzadik HaTamar Yifrach Keres Balvanon Yizke Shetulim Beveit Adonai Bechatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Od Yenuvun Beseva Deshenim Verananim Iyu Lehagid Ki Yashar Adonai Tsuri Tsuri Velo Avalatabo. Page 29. Adonai Malach Eulavesh Bavish Adonai Yosef Azar Tirun Tebatim Mikolot Maim Rabim Madirim Mishpereyam Adir Bamarom Adonai Edotecha nemnu meod leveitecha na'ava kodesh Adonai leorech yamim. And before we continue with the Mariv service, let's go ahead and turn ahead in the Siddur to page 178. And we will continue with the prayer for the state of Israel. We'll begin by singing the beginning of Avinu Shabbat and then we will recite the English prayer on the left-hand margin of the page 178. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Sur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Shebashamayim, Sur Yisrael v'goalo. Barech, Barech, et Medinat Yisrael, Reshit Smichat Geulateinu, Hagen Aleha, Bevrat Chastecha, Ufros Aleha, Sukat Shalomecha. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Avinu, Avinu, Sheba Shamayim, Tzur Yisrael v'goalo. Please join me on the left-hand side. Ribono shel olam, kabel na berachamim uvratzon et tefilatenu be'ad medinat Yisrael. Sovereign of the universe, accept in loving kindness and with favor our prayers for the state of Israel, her government, and all who dwell within her boundaries and under her authority. Open our eyes and our hearts to the wonder of Israel, and strengthen our faith in your power to work redemption in every human soul. Grant us also the fortitude to keep ever before us those ideals upon which the state of Israel was founded. Grant courage, wisdom, and strength to those entrusted with guiding Israel's destiny to do your will. Be with those on whose shoulders Israel's safety depends, and defend them from all harm. Spread over Israel and all the world your shelter of peace, and may the vision of your prophets soon be fulfilled. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war any more. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama. Lo yisa goy el goy cherev, lo yilmedu od milchama, venomar Amen. And we will now turn back to page 173, and we will continue with the Mishaberach prayer for those who are ill and who are in need of healing. If you have a name you want to add this evening after we read through our list, please go ahead and rise in your place. You can say the name out loud. If anybody online who wants to add a name can also unmute at that time as well. We'll begin by singing the Debbie Friedman Mishaberach, top of page 173 on the left-hand corner. Please join me. Mishaberach Avotenu Mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Tal ben Sarah, Shoshana bat Yochevet, Ilya Yisrael Richter ben Rachel, Chaviva Eliana bat Sarah, Fegahana bat Sima, Ira Zelig ben Yehudit, Binyamin Leib ben Devorah, Yassel ben Basha. Esther Tenenbaum, Harvey Ruskin, Diane Shotaro, Rachel Langer, Lee Gershon, Jack Azuz, Gloria Yoder, Batya Podos, Harold Albert, Andrea Kotke, Jennifer Brown Lerner, Eva Curis, Ken Gasser, Harvey Kulchin, Marilyn Lafer, Jennifer Hayden, Julia Dramero, Asher Ben-Leah, Esther Roybal, Diana Nugan, Betty Harvey, Yaakova Chana Bat Rivka Simcha.
My niece was having a tough pregnancy. She had the baby, they're both fine.
Wonderful to hear. Anybody else have a name? No. Anybody online? Ellen, do you have a name? No. Okay. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. May they all find the healing that they so need and so deserve. We'll now turn back to page 39a, and we'll continue with the Mariv service. Since we don't have a minyan quite yet, we will go ahead and continue in English with the first bracha, the first blessing of the Mariv service on the English side. Please join me. Baruch atah Adonai, our God, sovereign of time and space, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from light, who makes day pass into night, who distinguishes day from night. Adonai Tsevaot is your name. Living and ever-present God, may your rule be with us forever and ever. Baruch atah Adonai, who brings each evening's dusk. ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד מלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, Hamahariv Aravim. Page 40. Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amacha Ahavta Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim Otanu limadeta Al kein Adonai Eloheinu B'shokveinu u'v'kumeinu Nasiach bechukecha V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha u'v'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu ve'orech yameinu ve'orech yameinu Uvahem nege yomam v'layla, yomam v'layla. Ve'ahavatecha al tasir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Page 41. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavecha uvechol nafshecha uvechol me'odecha ve'hayu hadivarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavacha hayom al levavecha Beshinantam levanecha v'ribartabam Beshivtecha beveitecha v'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot beinenecha uv'tavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'isharecha. We'll continue privately with the second and third paragraphs of the Shema, page 42. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. Page 43a at the top. אמת ואמונה כל זאת וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו, ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. God brought Israel from its midst to lasting freedom, and led them through the divided water of the Sea of Reeds. As their pursuers and enemies drowned in the depths, God's children beheld the power of the divine. They praised and acknowledged God's name willingly, accepting God's sovereignty. And then Moses, Miriam, and the people of Israel joyfully sang unto you. Top of page 44, Micha Mocha. Micha Mocha. Ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha, nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot, osef ele. מלכותך ראו בניך בוקר ים לפני משה, זה ליאנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. We'll continue now with Hashkivenu, page 45. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim, uferos aleinu Sukkot shelomecha, v'takenenu b'etza tova milefanecha, v'hoshienu leman shemecha. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings, for you, God, watch over and deliver us, and you, God, are sovereign, merciful, and compassionate. Ensure our going and coming for life and peace, now and forever. May you spread over us your canopy of peace. Baruch atah Adonai, who spreads the canopy of peace over us, over all the people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Oferos aleinu sukkot shelomecha, Baruch atah Adonai hapores sukkot shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al kol Amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim. We'll continue now with Vishamru, top of page 46. Please rise. Vishameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם, אלי ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי Shabbat va'inafesh. And we will continue now with the private silent Amidah that begins on page 47 for Erev Shabbat. Because it is Chol HaMoed Pesach, please remember the insertion that is in the middle of page 50. Ose shalom, shalom b'maromav, hu yaseh shalom. Ose shalom, shalom b'maromav, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imeru amen. Ose shalom, shalom b'maromav, hu yaseh shalom. We'll continue now with the Friday night Shabbat evening Kiddush. If anybody who's present here would like to have some grape juice, we have some cups here and grape juice if you would like to partake, so please help yourself. We will turn to page 55 and continue with the Kiddush. Those who are at home, if you have wine or grape juice handy, please go ahead and get that now. Page 55. Savarim Ananan Verabanan Verabotaim Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Borei Peri Hagafen Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Asher Kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu B'Shabbat Kodsho Be'ahava Uvratzon Hinchilanu Zikaron Lema'aseh V'Reishit Ki hu yom techila lamikrae kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim ve'shabbat kodshecha באהבה וברצון הנחל אותנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. And we'll continue with Aleinu, page 56. Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובהי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד, על כן נכבד לך אדוני אלוהינו. ככתוב בתורתך אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו At this time, we will take a moment to remember those who are no longer with us. This Shabbat, we remember the yahrzeit of Bert Herman, Irving Friedman, John Duhigg, Joseph Shane, Lenore Margolin, Marshall Kramer, Melvin Malach, Mordechai Rotenberg, Morris Garden-Schwartz, Meyer Slipsky, Seth Morans, Stanley Blumenthal, Susan Stolz, and William Lewis. And if there's anyone else you are remembering this evening, please take a moment to remember them in your mind and in your heart, and may their memory be for goodness and for a blessing. Because we don't have a minyan this evening, we will do a modified version of the Mourner's Kaddish, and we will recite the last two verses that are at the bottom of page 58. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen, oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Okay, you may be seated, everyone. In a few moments, we'll conclude with Adon Olam, which can be found on page 211. But I just want to give a couple of very quick announcements. First of all, thank you to everyone who did join us here in person and online. Even though we were still short a minyan, it is that time of year where that happens.
It's always some time of year.
Well, yes. But, we did have Pesach earlier this week, the 2 days, as well as our Seder, and we have more things coming up soon. So tomorrow morning, 9:30, we will be in the sanctuary for Shabbat Chol HaMoed services. Originally, there was an event tomorrow evening, a Havdalah and hiking event that has been postponed. And I'm guessing it has to do just with stuff going on in town, or...
No, I think the weather was one of the...
Okay.
It was pretty bad tomorrow.
Yeah, so it between the weather and other things going on, so we don't have to worry about that for now. On Sunday, we have the Pesach barbecue that starts at 6 o'clock. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And we did reopen it briefly, because because we had more response, so we added another slab of brisket.
Okay.
So that means we need more people to eat it.
Okay.
So
Great.
You're invited over there. So if
Right.
you didn't RSVP, you still have a few moments to do that.
Okay, wonderful. So the RSVP is back open momentarily or temporarily rather, and there's going to be extra brisket. Is the is the thing. So we have a lot of food. So please mark your calendars for that. And then Monday and Tuesday of next week are the last 2 days of Passover. We will have services at 9:30 a.m. Monday morning we'll be here in the chapel, and then Tuesday morning for Yisker we will be in the sanctuary. What's that?
Whenever we had Einstein.
That was already last week.
I missed it.
Yeah, that was to have the last chametz before Passover. That was this past Monday.
I wasn't here.
Yeah, you had better bagels in New York anyway.
I
So
was in New York. No.
I see. Okay. So, and then May 5th is our annual congregational meeting. Those who are members in good standing are able to attend that. Any kind of voting and discussions that will happen pertaining to our new board and new officers can only be done in person. So please make sure to come in person in order to cast your vote. Unfortunately, votes I don't think will be able to be done online over Zoom. What's that?
We don't have the mechanism for online.
Correct. At least not right now. Maybe in the future. And then there'll be other things upcoming. We have our Shabbat Sparks of Psalmody on May 10th, as well as some other things happening that weekend, which an email will be going out hopefully soon about that, and Confirmation Shabbat. So we have a lot going on over the next several weeks. Please look at the website, look at the emails, and we'll continue to announce things in Shul. Did I miss anything?
No, you want to announce or talk about the special kiddush or not?
You could if you want. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to say anything, but neither have I.
That's why
Neither have I.
Speak up. What is it you're talking about?
Okay. There on May 11th. It's somewhat tied to the Shabbat Sparks thing, but on May 11th, from what I've been told, the congregation, there's a committee that is doing a special kiddush and a special program for me during the service to celebrate my receiving smicha to become a rabbi. I don't know any other details about it, so
we were told
you
to
know,
talk about it. Or
yes, to announce it.
Get the word out. So
Right.
Get the word out.
Right.
But details,
May 11th.
Yeah, the details will be followed.
Yeah.
So that's all I know.
It's
What date is it that we're supposed to
It's
go
Shabbat.
to isotope game?
Isotopes.
We're up to a million so far.
Oh,
I don't know about the isotopes game.
May 15th. Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Find out.
although,
All right. So with that, then let's go ahead and conclude with Adon Olam, and I think there might be an oneg in the lobby. I don't know if anybody brought anything.
I don't know either.
I saw the table set up. I just don't know if anybody brought Pesach stuff for the oneg.
I have challah. I mean, not challah.
Whoops.
I have matzah.
Okay, page 211, please join me. Adon Olam asher malach beterem kol yitzir nivra le'et na'asa v'chefso kol azai melech shemo nikra azai melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא יהיה בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני להמשיל לו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית בלא העוז והמשרה בלא העוז והמשרה והוא אלי וחי גואלי וסור חבלי בעת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום מקרא מנת כוסי ביום מקרא בידו אבקין רוחי בעת אישן ועירה Ve'im ruchi yeviati Adonai li velo ira Adonai li velo ira. Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael Chai, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, 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 Am Yisrael Chai. Good Shabbos.
John, did you say you